Open header stock LS sounds terrible. This thing sounds horrific. Like, oh my God. Ugh. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, not really, but hey, any day when you wake up above the dirt, it's a beautiful day. We are back on the 81 Caprice. And what we are doing right now is that we are prepping to install the new fuel system. So this is gonna be done. Oh, there go one of the cats. I was wondering where they were. There go one of them. There go Goldie. So this is gonna be done over a 2-day period. Hopefully it'll be done in turnkey. But that is the goal for this video, is to be able to hop in the car, turn the key, start it, and it runs. So you saw the video before last, we made the bench harness for the PCM. And then the last video, we deleted the VATs, the O2 sensors, the catalytic converters, EGR, and something else. So when I get the fuel system installed and check for leaks, should be able to turn the key, fuel pump should prime, hit it, it should run. It's 5 o'clock. There's a guy coming to buy the seats that came out the Caprice because I found some blue seats that are in better shape. I'm gonna get the car jacked up and get to going, and hopefully make some good progress, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be turnkey. It's a little chilly out here, but this work needs to get done. Got the Caprice up, and I went to go look at the fuel tank since that's the first on the docket, right? Come look at this. Let's take a trip under the car. You see that? That is a shoestring that is tied around one tank strap, which is broken. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with here with this car. And just look at how clean the underneath this car is. This car sat for 12 years in my grandmother's backyard. Let's appreciate how clean the underside of this car is. Like, clean, set for 12 years. This is nothing but dirt and surface rust. That's it. You see inside these fenders, this part of the trunk is normally the part that's all rusted out. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Well, I'll be back when the tank is down. Hopefully I don't snap any bolts. But yeah, let's get something together and let's get that out. I don't know how much gas is in here. Hopefully not a lot. Timber. You know, this shoestring been on here for at least 12 years. So I don't know who they were made by, but my arm is burning. Man, these body mounts are cooked. First time ever dropping the tank. I wonder if I should have done the front straps. Cause is it gonna tilt backwards? How much? Oh, this thing is full of fuel. This thing is not empty. I'm surprised they didn't siphon the fuel out. Yeah, I should have took the front straps loose. This thing is full of fuel. Try to give myself some slack and try to get up under there and cut those fuel lines. See if I can zoom in for y'all so y'all can see a little something. Alright. But I should be able to pull it out. Yep. This tank is full of fuel. I need to find somewhere to put it. I'm gonna sit out here in the rain. Gas already bad anyway. Gas for 2 years old. That thing is jack tight full of gas. I mean, it is. I mean, they just filled it up with gas before it caught on fire. So let's take a look under the car and let's see what we are working with. Now, I know some of y'all, which is no fault of y'all's for where y'all live, I know y'all can't even fathom a 40-year-old car, a 42, 43-year-old car that the bottom of the trunk floor looks like this. Like, no rust holes, just the whole floor is there. The whole floor, all the frame rails, inside the frame rails. Like, those bolts came out no problem. Like I said earlier, the side of the trunk where the water sits is just perfect. I know some of y'all can't fathom something like this, but here it is. So I do have tank straps. I really want to clean up under here, and I might just wipe this down. Oh, that's the factory undercoating. I thought it was just dirt. But yeah, did this have a return line? Why is it 2 fuel lines? I don't know, but I'm just sitting here mesmerized by how clean the inside of this car is, truthfully. So let's get to moving. Man, underneath this car is clean. The next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is that we're gonna go ahead and put our fittings on our factory truck fuel rail. So a lot of people will use the plastic fittings that you just push on there. Something in my brain just don't trust those. I don't trust that plastic to keep from coming off. If the plastic comes off, you're gonna have fuel everywhere on a hot motor, fire. And not fire in a good way, bad fire. So what I'm going to use are these type right here. Got a bad shadow there. But basically, come on, this part goes on the fuel rail. Try not to drop this. So that part goes on the fuel rail like that, and then the other part screws on, and it has an O-ring in there that seals it. And to me, I feel a lot better using this style than using the aftermarket push lock style. If it was the factory style, then yeah, let's go. But aftermarket plastic, Chinese plastic or whatever, I don't trust it. So I'm gonna get both of these on real quick, and when I get them on, I'll be back, and then we will start. I guess we'll go ahead and put the 45-degree fitting on here, and then maybe start on our return line. What's going on, y'all? We're back. It's the next morning. All right. Oh, well, first, I guess, let me show you. I got those adapters on, the fuel rails. You can see them right there. Got them on. So today, what we're going to be doing is, so I got the ends, the AN fittings, the 45s on the end of the fuel hole. This line here is going to be my return line, which I'm going to do first because it goes on the bottom line on the fuel rail. So if I do the top one first, it's going to be more difficult to get to this one. This is going to be the feed line. We're going to find a spot for the fuel filter. And then, of course, I do have the computer. I have the tack box for the pedal. I have the pedal harness just put together temporarily because it seems like the drive-by-wires, for my research, the drive-by-wires, the motor will not run if it doesn't see the pedal. So got the tack wire harness, which connect to the tack box, which will connect to the pedal. And then I have my this is going to be my 12 gauge wire for the fuel pump, which I did not buy connectors for. Doggone it. I want to buy a connector so I could disconnect it. But I definitely did not buy a 3-pin connector for this. Doggone it. So I might have to just hardwire it. So yeah, but this is going to be the 2 wires for the power and the ground. And then I have some single strand wire that I will run for the fuel tank level sensor. And then I do need to run to the auto parts store, and I need to get a fuel hose that goes from here to here for, I guess it's like the vent or something. I don't know. But I need to get that fuel hose because evidently if you don't connect that up, it'll start to smell like gas. And then in the future, I need to run some sort of like evap line here because evidently if you don't, you'll just start to smell gas. All right, y'all. This is where we are. I guess I'll start front and back. Where is it at? This is the wiring harness for the fuel pump. I need to run it to one of the wires. I don't know. It's somewhere. I have the AN lines. They're not tight yet. I need to tighten them up. I got the AN lines on the fuel rail. They're running down, following the brake lines. So there, oh, it's dark. Okay, there we go. It's running down. It's going to follow the path of the brake lines, and then it comes to the stock style fuel filter for like a 2002 Yukon, and the line goes out, and then the return line is right here, tucked up in there. Everything is going to be tucked up in there and secured, and then it comes down, follows the path of the brake line. It goes up, and then it goes over, and it enters out that way. And what I did right here with that soft line is that soft line is the stock fuel line, and that runs, of course, all the way to the front. And I'm going to put a charcoal canister up there, because otherwise, if you run it straight off of if you don't run a charcoal canister or a line off the fuel pump, then you will smell gas. So that is going to be the charcoal canister, which will be on the passenger side because the driver side is too full. And then let's come out of here. Oh. And then we come back to the fuel tank. I have the straps installed. I have the AM fittings on the fuel pump. I have the power wire on the fuel pump. And that yellow wire is for the fuel sender. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to run to the parts store. I need to get a hose for the filler neck. And then once I get that situated, I will get the tank up. I got 5 gallons of gas I'm going to put in it. I'm going to get the fuel pump hooked up to the fuel pump wire in the fuse box. And then I'm going to make sure that it primes. And and I got to get the tack module and all that stuff hooked up too. And then we're going to hit it with the key. Well, we're going to hit the key. We're going to let it prime. Make sure we don't have any fuel leaks. And then when we go to start it, it should start. I don't have a manual oil pressure gauge. I'm going to hook my, if it pops off on gas, I'm going to let it run just for maybe like 10 seconds. Let me get some stuff together, and hopefully when I come back, we will be ready to prime. We got the tank up in there sitting flat. They didn't have a fuel hose for the small one, so I tried to use a heater core hose, but it's not big enough. So, and also the straps don't quite fit either, so I'm about to do some modification on that. But in the last video, y'all saw that when I did the VATs, I also changed the VIN number. Well, since I changed the VIN number, it no longer auto scans, and I put in the truck VIN number and it came up. So I'm trying to do a scan now. I do have the feed line off right now. I'm going to put some gas in it. I'm going to prime it and let some gas run through to get any debris out so they don't clog up the injectors. And then we're going to put the line on, tighten it up, prime it, check for leaks. And then we're going to give it a start. But it finished scanning. And yeah, it does not like that I changed the VIN number. So I'm going to have to change the VIN number back to the truck VIN number so that everything matches up so that I actually can scan it and read what's going on. I'm going to hook up the tack box and pedal and everything and make sure that I can hear the throttle actuate. And then, when I come back, we'll be doing priming and gas leaks, and we'll do priming out the line, hook it up, do some gas leaks, and then see if it'll run. Hopefully it runs. All right, y'all. Let's put some gas in this thing. This ain't the best funnel. It's gonna take forever to fill. I just need enough gas. I can't tell how much I put in there. We're gonna see if it's gonna prime. So now I need to find, I need to find something of substantial size, and that's gas proof. All right, I'm solo dolo, like always. So I got an old oil container. So I'm gonna drop this down in there, and hopefully the gas won't. Hopefully the gas will hit the target. It should be enough gas in the tank, I would think, for it to prime. I say just get any initial debris from cutting the lines and stuff out. I can't really see. Okay. So the fuel pump is working and it's priming, but I don't want a lot of gas just flying everywhere. So I'm gonna prime it a couple more times. But again, I don't want gas just going every which way. Let me see if I can find something to kind of hold it down a little bit. Use the old charcoal canister. All right. Any debris that was in there, hopefully, is now out, because I don't want to be having to deal with debris in my fuel injectors. But I would assume that the fuel filter would catch it as well. But you know, assumptions, it'll make an ass out of you. All right, I primed it a couple of times. I did take the fuel pressure regulator off. I could hear air, I could hear pressure coming from around the gauge. I didn't put any sealant or anything around it because I was reading that if you put like plumber's tape or something around it, that it reacts bad with the gas. So I just took that off. I primed it. I don't smell any gas. I don't see any gas. So I'm going to take it that there's no gas leaks. I do have the pedal hooked up. When I hit it, the throttle does move. So that's all good to go. So yeah, I'm going to set y'all up. And we are going to see if it runs or not. It should. I would hope that it runs. Let me put the math on here real quick. Oh, bastards. All right, y'all back. My bad. I didn't mean to drop y'all. Let me put the math on here. And then let's see if she runs on gas. But I just want to make sure that everything is working like it's supposed to before I start making everything pretty. Well, it ain't gonna be pretty, but before I start finalizing stuff, because I don't want to have to put it all together and then have to come back and take it all back apart. Let's see if she'll run. Man, it's my jump pack. Come on now. It's only jumping to 13 volts though. All right, that jump pack is not jumping like it's supposed to. I'll let the jump pack charge for a few minutes in the truck. I wonder if I need to put more gas in the tank. The battery is real low and the jump pack is not jumping it like it need to. And I really think, it's a low voltage issue. The jump pack is dead. The battery in the car is dead. Oh, Jesus. the rest of the gas in the tank. Alright, so I may or may not have had enough gas in there. So I put the whole 5 gallons of gas in there. And let's try this again. If it don't start this time, I honestly don't know. So got the whole 5 gallons in there. Put some more gas in it. 5 gallons. I might not have had, but maybe a gallon or 2 in there the last time. So let's prime it. Oh! Woo! Woo! Whoa, baby! Whoa, baby! Can I get with ya and take a picture? Woo! Oh, baby, can I get with ya? Who can take a picture? Let me check for gas leaks. Everything seems dry. Oh, man. I know what the problem was. It ain't have enough gas in it. What is that smoking? All right. I don't know if you can tell. A little hype. Just a little bit. I turned it off because it started smoking. And I was wondering why it was smoking. And then I realized the transmission lines are cut and it was shooting transmission line, fluid everywhere. I'm happy about that because I don't know if you saw the video when I removed the transmission from the motor, I didn't unbolt the torque converter. So I pulled it straight out. So I was afraid that I'd hurt the pump, but clearly I didn't hurt the pump because the pump is pumping transmission fluid everywhere. So yeah, I meant to have, there's transmission fluid everywhere. So I meant to have took some, I brought this clear line right here so that I could just turn it to itself and put some hose clamps on it so I could see if transmission fluid was flowing. But clearly transmission fluid is flowing because it's everywhere. So that's why I turned the car off, because I saw smoke. And it was a little bit more smoke than like burning off like oils off your hands off of the headers, which I didn't wipe off either. So yeah, my first LS swap runs, even though it should run. It has no reason not to run because it's all stock harness, stock computer. Clearly, the VATS delete worked. The VATS delete worked. It worked because it runs. Oh, man. I'm hyped. So I'm not going to start cleaning stuff up yet because I need to, I'm hyped that it runs. Super hyped. But I need to start taking the suspension off because I'm going to redo all the bushings in the suspension. But I am going to loop those transmission lines around for sure. But it works. The pedal works. I'm going to have to do some cutting and welding and modifying when that time comes to make this pedal work in this car, because it needs to go straight instead of kicked over to the right, because it'll hit the transmission tunnel. But everything works. It works. It starts. It turns off. The pedal works. My VATS delete worked. It's awesome. Oh my God. Now I do need to do the shifter linkage, but I kind of wanted to wait until I got the exhaust in. But I think, yeah, I wanted to wait till I got the exhaust in, so I knew what I needed to go around. But it runs. It runs. Like, it's cool to see everybody else do their swaps, but it's different when it's you and it's something you did. And I did it all by myself. Shout out to Darius Sr. Shout out to my pops for just always supporting what I want to do, coming to help. Shout out to my wife. I owe you a lot, and I owe you a lot more time. I owe you a lot more quality time, because you let me come out here. You allow me, without complaining too much, you allow me to come out here and work on my passion projects. So I owe you more than I owe anybody. But in a close second is my father, my pops, number 1 of 3. So that has me hyped. I want to sit here, crank it up again, and just let it run. Open header stock LS sounds terrible. This thing sounds horrific. Like, oh my God. Ugh. But yeah, let me wrap those transmissions around just in case I start it again, which I probably will start it again. And I wish I had an oil pressure gauge to check the oil pressure. Yeah, I wish I had an oil pressure gauge, because you hear about all the LS and oil pressure issues. Even though, yeah, I have the maling pump and I did the O-ring and all this stuff, it would be nice to have a visual confirmation of the oil pressure. I'm hyped. I am hype. I'm hype. I'm hype. What? I'm hype. Man. Let's hear it again. I'm sorry. Let's hear it again. That's, the first couple times might have been a fluke. So let's hit it again. Just one more time for good measure. One more time for good measure. Man. Oh shoot. I need to wrap the transmission lines. I'll be back. Let me loop the transmission lines, and then when we come back, this thing gonna be starting. All right, it done got dark out here because I had a fuel leak at the inlet of the fuel filter, and I basically took the fittings apart and tightened them back up, and everything was good to go. So I said I was gonna give y'all one last start, and it got dark out here. So let's let the neighbors know that the Caprice is running. The guy that they've been looking at coming and working on this car, and they trying to figure out what's going on with it and everything else. Let's let them know, because if they was working, they should be off work by now. So let's let them know that we've made some progress over here with the old Caprice. you know, if the neighbors didn't know the car ran, I think they know the car runs now. If they didn't know that the car ran, they know it's running now. They know that it's running now. Man, man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. All right. This episode, I wanted to get the car running on gas. Got it running on gas. So, next episode, y'all gonna see me working on the suspension. I'm gonna go ahead and take the front and lower control arms off, and then I'm going to take the upper and lower trailing arms off of the 9C1 Caprice rear end, if I can get them off safely. So I probably need to take the subframe off so that I can get the up and lower control arms off of here. And yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing next episode. I bought a Energy suspension, full suspension bushing kit. So I'm gonna be using all the stock components. Just gonna be putting new bushings and everything in it. And then I also bought the front steering kit, just like the $80, $85 front steering kit. I think I got it off eBay or Amazon, one of them. And it came with ball joints. So I'll be punching out the old ball joints and putting in new ball joints on the lower. And I gotta check and see what the upper got. But man, yeah, so now we got the car running. I need to clean up the wiring and all that stuff. And then I need to do transmission cooler lines. Of course, I need to do cooling, but I have the radiator, the fans. I need to order the fan controller. I might try to run off the stock PCM. I don't know yet. What else? The brakes, like I said, the 9C1 rear end has, which is the cop car. 9C1 is the cop car. They came with rear disc brakes, so I don't have to worry about doing anything to the rear brakes. And then I have the Wildwood D52 dual piston front calipers to go on this, because the factory front calipers are one piston. So yeah, I mean, it's a good amount of stuff to do. Do the suspension bushings, and then swap out the rear end from the 7.5 to the 8.5, and then do all the soft lines and front suspension, steering, and coolant, and all that. So it's a lot of stuff to do, but it won't get done unless I do it. So, like everything you do, think, build, enjoy. Because when you work on it and it comes to fruition, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing where you can tangibly see your progress happen. So, peace.